You provided the text messages, clearly to prove to us that you're saying to her, pay me back.
Right.
But that's in May. And it's conveniently around the time that she gets into this relationship that she tells you about, that she's actually afraid to tell you, per the text message. She wants to have this conversation, is nervous, and didn't know how you were going to receive it.
Yeah, I don't know why, because like I said, it was not a romance. I was happy to see that she found somebody else. Hopefully this guy could help her out, because obviously between the two jobs, she's not making enough money to meet her expenses.
Okay. What was the conversation about the insurance?
He was asking me for my stuff for insurance, but I didn't know he was going to pay the entire 6 months off.
But he did. You were aware that he did.
After.
You thought that was a gift too?
Yeah.
If this was a gift, why did you agree to pay him back?
Just to get him out of my hair, and then eventually...
How was he in your hair, other than these text messages?
He showed up to my apartment, banging on my door, asking for, well, what do you have right now? What do you got right now? I said, it's like 7 o'clock in the morning. What are you doing here?
Did you show up to her apartment unannounced, asking for the money, banging on the door?
Not banging.
So why are you handing out money to all these other people?
I'm not, and
it seems like you got it.
I take offense that you say I'm handing it out money to.
Why are you offended by what you said? You said you help. You said you gift people things.
I said if somebody needs something, I help them.
Okay.
That's all I said.
I'm gonna open it up.
Ms. Ozdemir, you believe you owe him nothing?
Honestly, yes. I really do. I never thought any of this was supposed to be a loan.
Okay. Page 6, plaintiff's evidence. There's a text that you're sending to him. Hi, Rich, I'm sorry to ask, but is there any way I can borrow $100 from you? If you can, maybe send it. I want to grab some dinner and make sure my bank account doesn't go into negatives because I paid the electric. He says, sure, I will Zelle shortly. You can't honestly believe that's a gift.
I mean, yeah, he never even asked for that back either. Many times I'd be hungry, he would just buy me something to
You're
eat at the
calling,
club.
you're texting him, asking if you can borrow $100. He's giving it to you. Clearly, you can't say that's a gift.
Maybe not, no, but I feel
Maybe not.
Everything else is.
The text message that I have up on my screen. Good morning, I will text you my trust bank account number later today. If you could deposit $300 per month as a reimbursement for auto insurance. Total, $1,550. Also, how would you like to reimburse me for the $3,500 car purchase amount? We were assuming that those texts were after the other ones. Those texts were on April 14th, before you told him about a boyfriend.
And your response to this, when you said you were shocked, was not shock. It wasn't like, what are you talking about?
He was calling me, asking me, you know, this is not for you. I want my money back. And I know that for a fact this car was a gift. He's always wanted me to, like, be in a relationship with him, and I've always shut it down. And I started bringing up my friend.
Was this the most he spent on you?
Yes, ma'am. And I'm the only one of these girls that is in a relationship, and I'm the only one that's being asked. I'm the only one.
Wait, I thought you said you testified earlier that he was asking for his money back
from other girls.
From other girls.
They don't work with me anymore.
Okay,
he has asked for money, but I am the only one. I guess it's because it's not $100.
Okay, this is a credibility issue. Do you have proof of the repairs? Car repairs?
There's a Zelle here for $300, and there was another repair. There were two actually repairs.
I see a breeder for $300. What is the breeder conversation about?
That's my dog.
So wait, he sent you the money and you used that money to send it to this guy? That's what is that what happened?
Mm-hmm.
I got what I need.
Good?
Yeah, we're good.
All right, the parties are excused while we deliberate in this matter. Thank you both. We have deliberated, reviewed the evidence, and we have reached a unanimous verdict. This was a very close call. And Mr. Croft, I shall caution you that if you are going to extend loans to friends, you have to be much clearer about it in the future. And ultimately, had I not taken your phone and gone through those text messages, I think we may have reached a different result. But what we determined from reviewing the texts was, at least as early as April 12th, you were saying to Ms. Ozdemir, when are we going to get my payment back for the car stuff? And you were discussing repayment terms. And ultimately, the burden of proof here is a preponderance of the evidence. It's what is slightly more likely to be true than not. So, for the time being, you've established your case, Mr. Croft, by the skin of your teeth. Our judgment is in favor of the plaintiff for $4,950, and we wish you both the best moving forward.